Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Lynette. Today we're going to talk about something better syndrome. First, I just got to say it's so interesting. That is not the title I had chosen. I did choose something better, and I can't remember what the last word was, but I think AI decided that's the title I needed. So for lack of remembering what the original one was, okay, now let's get back to the podcast. Something better syndrome is, and I think we all go through this, is no matter what's going on in our life, with our friends, with our significant others, with our spouses, sometimes you feel like maybe there's something better out there for you. I don't know if we get that syndrome from when we grew up and watched or read fairy tales, and Prince Charming would always come in the end. But aside from that, I'm going to go back to what we have right now. First of all, I want to remind everybody that people are people. They all have good, bad, different. So don't think there's going to be a perfect person that acts the way you want them to all the time, because everybody is an individual. And sometimes we already have exactly what we need, or we may get new friends, we may get whatever, but it's in addition to what we already have. I know we've gone over having toxic people in your life and keeping those people at arm's length. But if you had good people in your life and you think maybe there's something better out there, you need to unscramble and take a hard look at what you have. I know I've been a victim of people not letting me be exactly who I am. And sometimes we don't allow people to be fully who they are. We miss so much. We miss seeing the quality person that is in them because we have a pre-deceived notion of how we think they are or who we think they are. I don't know why we develop that. And I'm using the term we a lot because a lot of people, including myself, have either gone through that or are going through that. But I myself have been a victim to being around people that I know, and they're people who've known me a long time and spent a lot of time with me. I know since I don't feel comfortable in being fully who I am, that I'm probably a lot more quiet around certain individuals because I either feel like they're judging me or they have judged me. They have a pre-notion as to who I am, what I'm about. That's an interesting topic right there. Let me back up a little bit. When I realized some people in my life were doing that, I didn't plan to stay away. I never forced myself to do anything because I'm the one that suffers. But in trying to make my quality of life better, I decided to back up from those people. And then I was able to be more fully who I am, who I want to be. And in doing so, the people who I backed away from are now coming toward me. So you see, I was that person all along with them, but they had a preconceived notion as to who I was and didn't allow me to be that person. And I got a sense of being taken for granted. But when I backed off and I felt like I could be the true me, kind of keeping the people that were judging me at arm's length, then they could see that they really liked that person and they came toward me. And I don't want anyone to make that same mistake. In fact, I had a friend years and years ago. I was kind of disillusioned with the way certain things were going in my life. And my girlfriend prayed for me. And she told me her answer was, I have everything I need in my own backyard. And it was symbolic for having everything I need. The backyard obviously had nothing to do with it, but it was a symbol of you don't need to look any further because you already have it. But as it turns out, I kind of just let life unfold, let life happen. My health declined, which truly I wouldn't trade what I've learned from that for anything. Not that I don't want it to be over. I don't want to imply that. However, a lot of positive changes have come because of those limitations. And she was absolutely right. I am so glad that I didn't give up what I already had going in my life, because part of it, I assume, was me. And when I got ill or my wings got clipped and I had to just settle in and let things unfold and really be appreciative for what I had, then I could see clearly what I had was exactly what I wanted, what I was looking for, and didn't realize it. And possibly somebody is doing that to you. They aren't letting you be fully who you are, and that is truly their loss. Sometimes where we are is right where we are supposed to be in our life. There is a vast world out there, and I know at times I feel, and possibly you feel, that I want to encompass the whole world at once. I get this feeling that I want to be connected to north, south, east, and west. But the truth is, this right where we are is our piece of the world. It's where we're supposed to be right now. And when you relax and fall into it and make your piece of the world the best that it can be, then I believe that things that you're supposed to have will be added on to you, because it goes back to what we talked about last episode, is having gratitude, being grateful for what you do have. And I think when you really sit back and observe that you have what you always wanted, then you're open to more things coming. And there always is an addition to. But it doesn't mean you have to discard the old to let the new in. There's room for the new as well. One time, I was getting ready to go out for my birthday with a group of women. I told this story not that long ago, but it really does relate to what we are talking about right now. And as I was putting on my makeup, getting ready to go, and there was about maybe 3 people or so that called and couldn't come. And I started getting really upset that, oh my gosh, those people aren't coming. And then this voice, this still small voice that we get in the spiritual realm when we're quiet, it's that voice that gives you all your answers. And it said, enjoy who is there. And I stopped and thought about it. I mean, so many times we look at what we don't have or what's lacking or who isn't with us instead of turning around and looking at what we do have, looking at the people that are with us, our friends, our significant others, our spouses. And you realize you have exactly who you're supposed to have. And let them be themselves. They may be carrying treasures inside that you are not allowing them to open up to you. So embrace people. Give them your full attention. Be in the present moment. Let them be themselves. And if it truly is a toxic situation, then we've talked about keeping people at arm's length. That doesn't mean you have to get them out of your life. You want to keep them at arm's length. But if you have people in your life that are friends, but you still have a desire to become friends with someone else, look at the person you have. You might have a real gem already with you, and they're holding back because you aren't appreciating them for who they are. And it goes both ways. I mean, maybe somebody is doing that to you, and it does not feel good. I realize that. Because people will put you in a box. If they've known you since an early age, they tend to treat you like that child. And that is so sad. With some people, they make it difficult for you to break through. But I really appreciate those that support you and understand and respect you for who you are now, at the age you are now, with the situations you are now, the lessons you've learned in life. So for those that try to keep you in a box or pigeonhole you or whatever you want to call it, I personally have had to keep someone who was really doing that to me at arm's length. But now I'm getting back together with them because I always was who I am. They can't pigeonhole you. That you change. Life changes. Life moves on. Life goes on. We grow up. We learn. All of our mistakes, all of our hardships, all the good times, bad times, make us who we are today. And nobody can take that from you. And so give everyone a chance to be who they are today with the experiences that they have gone through, that life has brought them to where they are right now. Really get to know the people around you. And you may be opening a real treasure. You may be looking at people that you've always wanted in your life and they were right there. And as I said earlier, it doesn't mean that new people won't come. That's how life is. But we don't need to feel that lack, or we don't need to feel we're missing something, because we probably have what we need right now. And anything else that comes along is a blessing. There is so much joy in really listening to and engaging to the people or person that you're with. That being said, relax, enjoy. I know I've been guilty of being on my phone when people are talking to me, and I'm really trying to break it. So I'm practicing with my dog. She looks at me through her peripheral vision, and I'm on the phone. So now I put the phone down and I pet her, and I'm with her fully. So even though it's not exactly like being with a person, it's still good practice to start being engaged with whatever you're doing, who you're with. In fact, talking about being engaged with what you're doing, when I multitask or when I think of something else or when I do something else while I'm practicing to do another thing, that's when mistakes are made. So fully engage not only to the people that you're with, but to what you're doing as well. And you will find that you have a peace of mind because your head isn't chattering while you're doing things, but you're more focused on what you're doing. And I think you become better at what you're doing and a better person for it. So the big picture is stay fully engaged to who you're with, what you're doing. And I believe that is truly embracing life. I think to be truly happy, we need to learn how to embrace life, how to embrace and feel a love for the people that are around us, whether they've been around us for years, or whether they're new to us, or whether we haven't met them yet. But regardless, be fully engaged to what you're doing and who you're with. And that is truly living in the present moment. And it goes full circle because that's exactly where we are supposed to be. With that being said, I thank you for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.